today? What we're making today is rabbit stew, left over from a rabbit fricassee that we made last night. This is the sauce that we made. This is what we got from the rabbit. We took a 3-pound rabbit and we put it in some onions, celery, some green peppers, chopped tomatoes, green onions, cloves of 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, tomato paste, and made sort of a tomatoey based stock. And we cooked the rabbit in it for about 3 hours. And over here is what's left of the rabbit that we had. Out of a 3-pound rabbit, we got about this much meat left. And that's a lot of meat. Usually you wouldn't even get that much meat off of one little rabbit. These were really nice rabbits from our friend Thomas. Over here we got some green beans, carrots, peas, and I've sauteed ahead of time some mushrooms. I got them nice and caramelized. Fried potatoes, just to the point to where they're al dente, so they can cook a little bit more. We got barley over here, and we've got some caramelized onions here in this plate. Over here is some yellow bell pepper, and this is going to be the base of our. This is going to be our soup. So over here in the pan, we've got olive oil, and we're going to start pouring everything in there now. So we're going to start with the veggies that haven't been cooked yet. Stove's going on. Get that happening. And these ain't gonna take long. Just a quick saute, really. And that's a real nice rabbit sauce that we have left over from doing the rabbit last night. Very nice and thick. So next we're gonna, because these aren't gonna take long at all, we're gonna go ahead and add in our pre-cooked mushrooms, bell pepper, and caramelized onions. And there's that. Make sure we stir all that up. We got about a medium-high heat going. Everything's pretty much cooked here except for the carrots, and they're really not going to take too long. So I just put them in here at the end, and they'll be perfect by the time all this comes up to temperature. And this is a cold braising sauce that we have left over from last night. So I'm going to add it in a little slowly here. Just a little bit of it in at a time, bring it up to temperature. Keep things bubbling good. Yeah. Nice and thick. I didn't cook the potatoes completely. I just brought them so that they were just barely fork tender. Alright, there's one jar of sauce. Just dump the whole next one right in. I'm going to waste even a little bit of that stuff. I'm going to take a little bit of this broth here just to clean out the jars with. Make sure we get every little bit. Put the rest of the broth in this jar here. Stir it around. And we'll put that in. Give everything a good stir. And we're going to want to bring this up to a boil. And I've already pre-cooked the barley, and I'm going to throw it in now. Because it might soak up a little more, well, it will soak up a little bit more of the moisture in here. We're going to add probably 1 more cup of broth by the time that this comes up to a boil. So now we're just going to bring this up to a boil. We'll add our rabbit meat in right at the last minute and just warm it up basically. So right, we are back, and here it is. This has just come up to a nice little slow simmer. And so we don't overcook our carrots, we're going to go ahead and throw in our rabbit meat. I pick through it as good as I can. You always want to pick through rabbit meat with your fingers very carefully, because there's always a little sharp bone that goes astray in there. Very easy to choke on the bones from a rabbit, so you want to be careful when you're cooking rabbit. But I went through this and I'm fairly confident we don't have any bones. If there is, they'll be very, very tiny. Got our rabbit meat stirred in right now, so I'm thinking just a teeny bit more chicken stock. The barley did its job and soaked up a little bit of the juice, and it thickened the sauce. I guess the sauce would be a better terminology. But thickened the sauce up real nice. So I'm going to add just a little bit more of this. That way, Laura and I won't be eating all of this tonight, so some of it will be going in the fridge, and that way it'll not have to have anything added to it later on. Alright, I'm going to turn the heat back up to high. Just slowly bring this back up to a boil, and when this comes back up to a boil, this is pretty much done. So we're going to slide off here for another minute, and we'll be back and show you how to bowl this up. This is looking great. We got it all brought back up to a nice little simmer here, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this off because it is done. We're going to go ahead and bowl some of this up. So here we go. Make sure we get a little bit of everything in there. The flank meat from the rabbit is very good. I ate a big piece of it last night. Wonderful. Alright, there's one down. There's a bunch of rabbit meat. Of course, we got to have a couple carrots, some potatoes. Reach down in there, make sure we get some mushrooms and barley. Alright, we'll take it over to our plates here. Alright, I'm going to sprinkle it with some super secret seasoning. And that is rabbit stew. I've been eating different kinds of rabbit my whole life. I'll do a little bit of pink salt on here. I've had it a dozen different ways. Last night we made what was it called? A fricassee. I like to do it in mushroom soup. I just like it fried like chicken. But this is one of my favorite ways to do it, and it's just rabbit stew. So there it is. Rabbit stew on Guitar Slinger's Kitchen. Thanks for visiting. We'll see you on the flip side. Rock on.